The iPhone 12 Pro is here, and it's got a pretty fancy video camera on board. I was really impressed by some of Apple's 12 Pro sample films, and it got me thinking, is it really that easy to film and edit all on the iPhone? I figured the best way to find out was by trying to do it myself. So I set out to recreate part of the iconic "There's No Place Like Home" closing scene from The Wizard of Oz. I chose this scene, one, because I think it's pretty sweet when Dorothy returns back to Kansas, and two, because now that I'm in my house all the time, there really is no place like home. I'm gonna take you through my entire process and reveal the finished product at the end. That way, we can decide together whether it really is possible to produce a Hollywood quality movie scene using just the iPhone 12 Pro. And if you have an older iPhone or aren't an iPhone user at all, don't worry. I'll be trying out some camera tricks that should work with any phone or video camera with slow motion capability. So first things first, one cannot recreate a scene from The Wizard of Oz without some fun costumes and props. So for this scene, I purchased a green tablecloth because the land of Oz is full of greenery, a Glinda costume, Dorothy's blue gingham dress, her iconic ruby slippers, and a very realistic stuffed Toto that can also be interchanged with any live pets you may have at home. And when it came to pulling off those camera tricks, I used a white sheet, a phone tripod, a black collector's edition slinky, a toy house, trust me, this will make more sense later, invisible cord, a knitting needle, and packing tape. Once I gathered all my props, got dressed up as Dorothy, and helped my mom transform into Glinda, her strawberry blonde hair made that very easy. It was time to start filming. Special shout out to my filming crew, aka my mom and her housemate, for helping me shoot this scene. The first part of this scene, where Dorothy clicks her heels 3 times, is a simple medium close-up shot of her ruby slippers in front of a green background. To recreate this, I set up my green tablecloth outside and placed the iPhone on a tripod pointing down towards my shoes. Then I used the phone's wide-angle lens and set it to 1.8 times zoom to get the framing just right. In the next part of this scene, Dorothy repeats that famous phrase, "There's no place like home." And this looks like a dolly shot towards Dorothy's face. Now, I don't have an actual dolly, so to mimic this moment, my videographer Tom set the camera to 3 times zoom and carefully moved towards the subjects, aka my mom and I. As Dorothy continues to repeat, "There's no place like home," a swirl and eventually another clip of her ruby slippers is overlaid onto her face. I probably could have found an animation for this swirl somewhere on the internet, but in an effort to keep my filming limited to the iPhone, I decided to use a camera trick to create it instead. And I took some major inspiration for this trick from Karen X. In her version, she set her iPhone 11 Pro to the wide-angle lens and took a slow-mo video at 240 frames per second as she pulled a slinky above the lens. In my version, I wanted a black swirl, so I used a black collector's edition slinky. I also wanted my swirl against a white background and didn't want my hands in the shot, so I had to get creative. This is where the white sheet and packing tape come into play. I put the white sheet on my floor and taped the bottom ring of the slinky to the sheet. Then I moved the slinky up and down with it centered below the iPhone lens. I kept the iPhone set to the wide-angle lens the entire time and, like Karen X, shot in slow-mo at 240 frames per second. When I sat down to edit this shot, I ended up repeating the same segment of footage a few times to keep the swirl looking consistent. This shot came out a little different than Karen's since I had to keep my hand out of the frame and stick to a white background, but it still looks pretty cool. And you'll have to stick around until the end of the video to see how well it overlaid onto the Dorothy shot. The next part of this scene cuts to a shot of a falling house. To recreate this part of the scene without causing damage to any actual houses, I'll be using this toy house along with my trusty invisible cord. To prepare for this shot, I used packing tape to attach about 1/2 foot of invisible cord to the top of the toy house and tied the other end of the cord to my knitting needle. In the actual scene, the house looks like it's falling from the sky, so I went outside to film this part. I faced my camera towards the clouds, zoomed in 3.5 times, and once again filmed in slow motion at 240 frames per second as I used my very nifty knitting needle contraption to spin the house in front of the camera lens. This shot definitely gives me those at-home film vibes, but I still think it's really fun. The final shots of this scene, where Dorothy's back in her bed in Kansas, involve a close-up shot followed by a medium close-up shot. For the close-up shot, we placed the iPhone back onto the tripod and zoomed in until we got the setup as close to the original as possible. For the medium close-up shot, we switched to the wide-angle lens and only zoomed in a little bit. Once I was done filming on the iPhone, it was time to try using it to edit. Now, spoiler alert, I wasn't able to edit exclusively on the iPhone, but I did use the Photos and iMovie apps to help me get started. This scene consists of 4 base clips: the ruby slippers, Dorothy repeating, "There's no place like home," the falling house, and Dorothy back in Kansas. iMovie was great for trimming these clips, placing them in order, and adding transitions. I also used the Photos and iMovie apps to enhance the colors in these shots and apply filters to achieve the sepia effect. But this scene also has some shots overlaid onto these base clips, the swirl and the ruby slippers, and iMovie doesn't have a feature that allows you to overlay semi-transparent clips onto other clips. This was one key reason I had to switch over to using Adobe Premiere. You can add music and sound effects to your project using the iMovie app, but since a lot of the background audio in this scene corresponds with those overlay shots, I found that it was easier to use Adobe Premiere to place these things too. That being said, one feature I did find to be particularly useful on the iMovie app was the voiceover option. As we filmed, my mom and I actually lip-synced to the original version of the scene to get our timing right, so we needed to add in our speaking after the fact, and the voiceover tool made this pretty easy. We plugged a lav mic into the phone to record with, and it ended up sounding pretty good. So that is everything I did to try and recreate this scene using the iPhone 12 Pro. This camera did really well capturing the rich colors of this scene, like the red of Dorothy's slippers or the greenery outside. It also shoots beautifully in 4K. It definitely gives the shots that hyper-realistic look characteristic of the original scene. This is a camera that honestly, for better or for worse, captures every detail almost too well. You could really see everything, including any flyaway hairs I had on filming day. But overall, I think this feature is a good thing. So I do think it's possible to get some pretty cinematic looking shots on the iPhone 12 Pro. Now, you may be wondering why I haven't shouted out one of the central upgrades of the iPhone 12 Pro video camera, the ability to shoot and edit in Dolby Vision HDR. While this feature does lead to richer video, for maximum compatibility, this scene was shot and rendered in standard dynamic range. But if you do want some more in-depth information on the various new camera specs of the iPhone 12 Pro, I'd recommend checking out Patrick's iPhone 12 and 12 Pro review or Lexi's 12 Pro versus Galaxy Note 20 Ultra camera comparison, in addition to the 12 Pro content on the CNET site. Links for these things will be down in the description below. In terms of editing on the 12 Pro, the Photos and iMovie apps are great for simple edits, but don't allow for more complex ones like semi-transparent overlay shots. While third-party apps like Adobe Premiere Rush can help you achieve these kinds of effects, I do wish they were available in Apple's Photos or iMovie app. So, do I think you can produce a Hollywood quality movie scene using just the iPhone 12 Pro? If you're only applying some simple effects to your clips, then yes. But like I said, I did have to use some Premiere to edit this scene. So thank you so much for watching up until now, and without further ado, here is the final scene.
And think to yourself, there's no place like home. There's no place like home.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place.
Wake up, honey.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.